everyone, and welcome back. If you're a hairstylist who's busy, booked, and booming, it may feel like things are always going to stay that way. And trust me, I felt the same way. But there are recessions and COVID, and life is unpredictable. What if I told you not having an emergency fund could really put all your hard work and success at risk? Today, I'm going to break down why building an emergency fund is crucial for every single stylist, whether you're just starting out or at the peak of your career. But before we really dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified so you never miss a video on hairstyling and finances, salon success, and building wealth in the beauty industry. Now, if you're new here, I'm Megan. I've been where many of you are, working hard behind the chair with a packed schedule, on the lead to burnout, but not necessarily prepared for the unexpected. I've learned the really hard way that even the most successful hairstylists need a cushion. Trust me, that cushion is necessary. My journey went from financially unprepared to having a really strong foundation. And today I want to make sure that I help you get there too. We're in an industry that is tough because there's ups and downs, it's volatile, there's busy seasons, there's low seasons. But also what we don't think about is what there's a health issue, a family emergency, or the unexpected closure happens. COVID showed us really quickly that things can change, and not having a safety net can lead us to some serious financial stress. With an emergency fund, you can cover your essentials without panicking when you're gonna have to stress and get the next client in to pay a certain bill. That way it's already in there for that cushion. Without an emergency fund and a sudden expense creeps up, like getting new tires on your car, you grab for your credit cards or loan. And that $500 repair can turn into $600 or even more with interest, eating away at your income trying to play catch up. That emergency fund literally wipes that away from you, and you feeling more and more confident knowing that you do have that cushion for whenever those time comes. Because trust me, an emergency is going to happen. Tires happen, the unexpected happen. It is going to happen. I know we don't want it to happen, but it is. By having an emergency fund, you really avoid debt because you're not reaching for your credit cards. You are paying cash for this, and you're going to keep your money working for you. Having this little extra cushion will really help make sure that if a class comes up, you want to take that blonding class or you want to do a new extension technique, you really have that cushion to make sure that you take that class. This is going to bring you more money too in the long run. You might miss out on this opportunity because the timing isn't right with your finances. But with that emergency fund, you have that freedom to take advantage of these growth opportunities without having to risk your financial stability. And let's be honest, when you take those classes, you're leveling up your career and making more money. Financial stress is real. Let's be honest here. And it's a common pain amongst most Americans and hairstylists. When you have an emergency fund, you're not just protecting your bank account, you're protecting your mental health. You'll have a peace of mind knowing you can handle life's curveballs, let's be real, without feeling desperate or drained or having to burn yourself out thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to work 6-7 days a week to play catch up, or those 12-hour days. That is mentally draining and draining on our body. I know myself, I feel like I got hit by a train on those long days, and it's just not fun having to play catch up. That really leads to burnout. We don't want that for you. Now you're wondering, how am I going to start an emergency fund, or where am I going to start, and how much money do I need to set aside? Start really small. This is not going to happen overnight. Do not stress yourself out thinking you need 3 to 6 months of living expenses right now. You are going to want 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So go ahead and start to calculate how much you spend on rent, utilities, groceries, and other essentials. This is the amount that you need to start working towards. Again, start really small. It's going to add up. $50 a week will add up to that big savings. Don't think it needs to happen tomorrow. Once you know your target, set an automatic transfer to your savings each week. Treat it like a bill. Do not skip this bill because your future self is worth it. Why are you discounting yourself? Those small things are going to add up, and you really are going to be thankful when you need that emergency fund. You're going to be so proud of yourself that you have that. I don't know about you, but when I see all this money in my account. I want to go shopping. I wanted that new outfit, or I want to take a trip. I think I have all this extra cash. Separate it. Put it in a separate bank account. Put it in a high yield savings account. Out of sight, out of mind, to avoid the temptation. This is already accounted for. Your future self is really going to thank you when it is in a high yield savings account and it is growing a little bit, and you have it there for your future self when you know emergencies are going to happen. Keep it out of sight, out of mind. Also, as your business grows, you should reevaluate your emergency fund. Do a target every year to make sure that you're keeping up with your lifestyle and your current expenses. The last thing you really want to happen is to be short, thinking you have 3 to 6 months of emergency fund and you really only have 2. Always reevaluate this every single year. I would love to hear from you. Do you have an emergency fund? Do you think it's important? If not, what's holding you back? Drop a comment below. I'd love to help in any way I can, answer any questions, or provide any guidance. What high yield savings accounts do you guys have, or where do you want to put your money to make sure it's growing for you? If you want to dive deeper into your finances as a hairstylist, check out my course where we cover creating a budget, retirement planning, and much more. The link is in the description. Can't wait to hear from you.